Hello my friends, welcome to the Sound Controlling channel. It's Uncle Misha, and today we have a little unboxing here. So I decided to get a little something, and let's see what is it. Very small packaging here, very small. Alright, nice. I can recycle this box. And we have some electronic components. This little ship list. Alright. So what do we got? We got some amplifiers. So these all are amplifiers. So first of all, let's talk about this guy because this is the most interested to me. So we have a soldering kit of stereo TD-A 2030 based audio amplifier DIY with tone control. So we have a whole bunch of potentiometers, we have a bunch of capacitors of some weird ass brand never heard before. Where's the thongs or something to this extent. So we can probably think about it if you're gonna use these capacitors. So here are two TD-A chips, and so please stay tuned for these little Please stay tuned for this little amplifier board being assembled. So we're gonna do it together. This is I'm totally looking forward. And here's the prices of this. So this thing cost roughly $14. So this is pretty cool. So this one, let me see what is that, because it's really hard to say. A little. Okay, let's start from something we know. So these are, yeah, well, there is no nomenclature here. Okay. There are pictures. So this is a 30 plus 30 watt class D amplifier. Interesting, like take a look at this big board. This is like 30 watt class D amplifier. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at this a bit closer. So obviously this was purchased in at the on eBay, and company is universalsolder.com, whatever that means, but here we are. Okay, just gonna use my scissors here. I'm gonna use this. Okay, so this is not soldering kit. I would like to actually have soldering kit like that, but this one looks like a single chip with a heatsink right here. And no output post or anything like that, just a hole, so you can provide your power yourself. It uses, which cool about this guy, it uses 8 to 26 volt power supply. Obviously, it's not going to be probably 30 watts when using 8 volts, but still, I mean 26 volt, it's 24 volt, very easy to get, right? So yeah, this is a very nice board, very small and compact, and the range of voltages is mind-blowing. Obviously, I don't know how good is it, right? And it doesn't have any kind of tone control, so you need preamp for this guy. Okay, so I did a quick lookup, and this chip right here is TPA 31110. So when I'm going to be making project using this guy, we're going to talk about this in details. But so far, this is pretty cool class D amplifier. Alrighty, so let's talk about another amplifier. So this little amplifier here is another little power amplifier, even smaller in size. Look at this, how tiny is this guy. So this guy is a 10 plus 10 stereo, like each channel by 10 watt stereo class D amplifier based on integrated diodes PAM 8610. So very nice teeny tiny package, 10 watts. And what's cool about it, it uses 8 to 15 or 7 to 15, let me write it here, 7-15 volt input. So which is awesome. But obviously, again, like it reaches it. For example, the most useful thing would be 12 volts. So like, for example, if you have power supply with 12 volt, this is perfect. Yeah, right. So this little guy would work from 12 volt or 9 volt for that, but for 12 volt it's gonna deliver 9 watts. That's pretty cool. So again, in details about the chip and the schematic, like, would like to find the schematic of this guy. I would probably talk when I'm gonna get make a little project based on this guy. Okay, so just put it back in. And next one is actually not power amplifier. This little thing is a voltage converter, but what it does, it's actually, it makes symmetrical it is symmetrical power source or voltage. So for example, it provides plus to minus 15 volt 1 amp, while the input can be up to 28 volt, right? 17 to 28 volts. So that's another very useful device. For example, if you have 24 volt a transformer or 24 volt power supply and you need symmetrical symmetrical power supply for your op amps and amplifiers, this is perfect solution. Or if you're even building something, right, this can be a perfect solution. So that's good to have around. This is probably the only thing I have which can produce symmetrical power supply plus minus 15 volt based on the single voltage. But I think you can even tweak the voltage here. I saw on the listing that they also mentioned that you can, by picking the resistors here, changing the resistor configuration, you can change output voltage. So this is, again, very important. Just need to find out what are our options. So this is good to have. But 15 volt is one of the standard voltages for op amps and amplifiers. So yeah, definitely gonna keep it in my little toolbox. And it's not actually, it's kind of funny that this guy, this voltage regulator, because it's not just like, it's also regulator, and it also uses two different chips. Okay, so interestingly enough, it uses two different chips. And and we're gonna take a look at this in depth when we're gonna make a project based on it. But it uses two different chips for this voltage, so it's gonna be regulated for sure, and also it's gonna be symmetric power supply of your choosing, because technically you can adjust these little resistors right here. If I said potentiometers, I was wrong. I actually can probably plop a potentiometer here, but you know, better to have it fixed because this thing is too small. Okay, here we are. So options are +5, +9, +12, +15, and obviously minus. So yeah, it turned out to be just right here. So you just need to know what the values you need to configure here to have all these voltages. Perfect. So I'm gonna put this back on in little pouches. All right, for protection. And obviously the next project is gonna be this, assembling this amplifier. Looking forward. Also, we'll think about if you can improve something here, because you know, we will analyze the schematic and see what we can improve. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. The little unboxing of little shipment from eBay of little doohickeys which I would like to use in my project. Please stay tuned for more videos. Please stay tuned for the video where I assemble this amplifier and we're gonna play with it. And please stay safe. Ciao, and see you next time.